payload on STS-83 is the Microgravity Science Laboratory, a pressurized module in Columbia's payload bay. We're going to take a tour now of the MSL-1 Space Lab.
Hello, my name is John Heckel, and I'm the Payload Operations Engineer for STS-83, the Microgravity Science Laboratory. We're standing inside the orbiter processing facility, and what you see over my shoulder is the Microgravity Science Laboratory inside the orbiter's payload bay. The Microgravity Science Laboratory weighs about 10 tons. It's 23 feet long and about 13 feet in diameter. It only takes up about a third of the orbiter's payload bay. And the way the astronauts get from the crew module into the Space Lab module is they travel through this long tunnel you see here.
Space Shuttle Columbia on the pad was the first in the shuttle fleet. Arrived at KSC in March of 1979. And the first launch was from Pad A, same pad as we're using today, on April 12, 1981. It deployed the first satellite in the Space Shuttle program on STS-5 and then flew the first Space Lab mission on STS-9. Columbia is named after a small sailing vessel that was based in Boston Harbor in 1792. And another one of Columbia's claims is that it brought back the long duration exposure facility from space after almost 6 years in space. Here we see our commander, Jim Halsell. And Jim Halsell has flown previously on STS-65 and STS-74. Here's our pilot, Susan Still, the second female pilot to fly the Space Shuttle. Graduate of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University locally in Daytona Beach. Janice Voss, our payload commander on this mission. She's logged more than 18 days in space. This is her third Space Shuttle flight, having flown on STS-57 and STS-63. And mission specialist number 3, or rather payload specialist number 1, I'm sorry, Roger Crouch, will be responsible for much of the science operations on board the Microgravity Space Lab. This is his first Space Shuttle flight. Mike Gernhardt, mission specialist number 2, and also our flight engineer for STS-83. Here's Greg Lentiris. Payload specialist number 2, his first flight into space, also responsible for much of the science on board the Microgravity Science Laboratory. Here's Don Thomas, once again, mission specialist number 3. We're standing by now to come out of this 2-hour built-in hold in just a few moments. Coming out in 4, 3, 2, 1. We're now at T-minus 3 hours and counting. This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 2 hours, 58 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. And we see the STS-83 crew has just left the suit-up room, headed for the elevator. Be heading down from the third floor to the first floor to board the astronaut van for the 20-minute ride out to pad 39A. Meanwhile, out at the launch pad, the final inspection team has just reported that their activities are complete and they're leaving the pad. And in just a moment, we should see the crew, many KSC employees and well-wishers waiting to greet them as they come out of the elevator. And here they come. Larger than usual contingent of employees wishing them well. This is shuttle launch control at T-minus 2 hours, 37 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. The astronauts have arrived at the 195-foot level of the fixed service structure where the orbiter access arm is located. And the commander and pilot will walk across the arm shortly to begin their boarding, while the other crew members await their turn, either out on the arm or on the fixed service structure. And as we've been able to tell, they're really enjoying the very nice day out at the pad to take advantage of looking at Space Shuttle Columbia being prepared in the last hours here for flight.
Entity MS1, com check.
MS1, Entity, loud and clear, Janice. Good morning, welcome aboard.
Morning, John, loud and clear here.
All activities proceeding on schedule. We're not working any issues. Weather continues to be cooperative, at least at this point in time. At T-minus 59 minutes and counting, this is shuttle launch control.
TDS 10. Let us 10. 969, verify is complete. Okay. Okay, and this is the entity conducting launch status check. All stations verify, ready to resume count, and go for launch. OTC. OTC's go. Copy. TBC. Second boosters and go for launch. TTC. TTC is go. LTS. LTS is go. Houston flight.
Houston flight is go.
Copy. Mila. Mila go. STM. STM go. Safety console. Safety console go. SPE.
SPE is no go at this time.
Copy. CDR.
Columbia is go.
Copy. LRD. LRD is go. And SRO.
SRO is go. You have a range clear to launch.
Standing by to start the main engine helium purge sequence, preparing for main engine start activities.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4.
And now we'll be checking the flight controls on the orbiter, the aero surface profile test. Vehicle will go to internal power in about 10 seconds.
CDR OTC to verify heater reconfiguration complete.
Yes, sir, that is complete. Thank you.
Copy.
Coming up on T-minus 3 minutes, 23 seconds. We're now gimbaling 3 main engines, checking their steering capability. Next Next activity will be to pressurize the liquid oxygen tank on the external tank at T-minus 2 minutes 55 seconds. And we'll start the retraction of the Gox beanie cap.
Pressure station. TLT-OTC, have go to clear caution warning memory and verify no unexpected errors.
Captain what?
Topping off of the fuel cells being terminated.
Caution and warning memory clear, no unexpected errors.
I copy flight crew. You have go to close and lock your visors, initiate O2 flow, and enjoy your on-orbit spring break.
Roger that, sir. We'd like to say thanks to everybody who has got Columbia and us ready to fly.
TLS, let's go for ET, LH2 pressurization.
Pressurizing the hydrogen tank on the external tank now. Replenishing the liquid hydrogen tank has been terminated.
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Standing by now to arm the sound suppression water system. T-minus 1 minute. Solid rocket booster joint heaters being turned off. Final check now of the booster commands. Locks and LH2 fill and drain valves are closed. Payload bay vent doors are positioned. Standing by to hand off to Columbia's computers.
TLS, let's go for auto sequence start.
And the handoff has occurred. Columbia's computers now controlling.
20.
Firing chain is armed. Sound suppression water system activated. Range safety systems armed.
10.
9, 8, 7. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia with the Microgravity Science Laboratory, our research bridge to the space benefits of tomorrow.
Opal down, Houston.
Roger, roll, Columbia.
Houston's now controlling. Columbia is rolling on course toward a 160 nautical mile high orbit, inclined 28.5 degrees to Earth's equator. Columbia already traveling 300 miles per hour. Columbia's three main engines is now throttled back to 2/3 throttle to prepare the spacecraft to pass through the area of maximum air pressure and go supersonic. Altitude now 2.5 miles, 1.5 miles east of the launch pad. Columbia is traveling 650 miles per hour. One minute to 55 seconds since liftoff. Flight controller standing by next a few seconds for burnout and jettison of the twin solid rockets. Booster officer confirms good separation of the solid rockets.
Columbia, performance is nominal.
Copy, performance nominal.
That call indicating that Columbia's performance thus far is just as planned. Altitude now 34 miles. Columbia is traveling 3,000 miles per hour, 42 miles east of the Kennedy Space Center. 6.5 minutes since launch, 2 minutes to cut off of the main engines. Booster officer confirms cutoff of the main engines.
Columbia, we showed a nominal MECO. OMS 1 is not required. You have a go for the photo DTO.
Copy, go for the DTO.
TLS is go for auto sequence start. 25 seconds. 20. 15. 10.
Having it.
Copy.
TLS is go for main engine start.
3 engines. 100.
102, 102, auto.
3 engines, 104.
Rolls commanded.
VLA.
Set.
BFS digitals are good.
Roll program, Houston.
Roger, roll, Columbia.
Guidance looks good.
Three engines, throttling, 67.
30 seconds.
Tape and check at Mach 1.
Okay, coming up. Mark, Mach 1, mark.
Same.
Would be about max dynamic pressure.
Looking for 1.3.
30,000 feet, Mach 1.3.
3 engines, throttling, 104.
Great. Feet, coming up on Mach 2.
Columbia, go with throttle up.
Copy, go with throttle up. $75,000 feet.
90 seconds.
Copy, thank you, Mike. Sky is getting darker. Go off from the SRBs, Mach 4.
Less than 50?
It's pretty cool outside.
Copy.
Wow.
Wow.
That impressive or what?
103 all around. All right.
Copy.
Green over second. MECO's converged.
Okay, we're off the SRBs.
Okay.
Bugs alive, yeah. Cut off.
Looks like pretty nominal.
MECO confirmed.
MECO confirmed, and we have 25, 8, 2,
4. Okay,
Look at the ice.
Yeah, copy. Standing by for my maneuver.
Right.
We showed a nominal MECO. OMS 1 is not required. You have a go for the photo DTO.
Copy, go for the DTO.
104 plus 2 seconds.
Okay,
Jim.
ET7 is
2000.
good.
And Columbia, Houston, yes, Susan, you have a go to press that, to push that circuit breaker in.
Copy. Houston, Columbia for TIPS activation.
And good afternoon, Roger. Good to see you there.
Roger's not on time yet, but I'll relay.
And welcome to Space Lab, Janice.
It's great to be here, Mark. My, there's a lot of space back here.
This is Mission Control Houston. We continue to take live video through the high-pack television system of the middeck area of Columbia. In view, astronauts Don Thomas and Greg Lanteris, who are working some photo documentation activities with one of the protein crystal growth experiments. Columbia is currently approaching the west coast of South America.
Well, we are live with you on TVC number 1, and just wanted to ask you a question. We do see an image on the viewfinder above TVC number 2, which we thought was inoperational. Can you confirm that you are seeing an image, or if the quality of the image?
Yeah, you guys have good eyes to pick that up. We do have a good image up there, good quality image on TVC number 2. The monitor is there, and when I came back from lunch, you know, just an hour and a half ago, that image was not there, so somehow we got it. Huntsville Space Lab for Express. Hey, Dorina, FO2, the checkout of experiment power is complete and everything looks good on Express. As you know, this is one of our premier facilities that will be flying on Space Station shortly in a few years here, and we'll have up to 8 of these up on board at any given time, and this is the first checkout of them, and everything is looking great on it so far. We're really excited about flying actually pieces of the space station on our shuttle flight. Huntsville Space Lab, step Bravo of FO4 is complete.
Okay, we copy that, Greg. And when you're ready, I'll tell you what you're going to be doing.
Okay, the igniter is glowing. I can see the soot bank. The igniter swung into position. The flame is there. We're way past the soot point. On 1, and 2, and 3. And, okay, we're going down. Oh, it looks like we're finding a soot point. Oh no, we still can't find it. It's still sooting, and we're at the minimum flow rate. We almost made it. 1 or 2 more clicks, and we would have been below the soot point. We have a blue region above the flame. The flame itself is glowing with a lot of soot, and there's a break through about 3/4 of the flame tip. It's very steady.
Good sample in there. It's LF8 SCD1.
Space Lab Huntsville for Greg. BCE is happy with the pressure. You can press.
Copy that. Valve closing.
Good copy.
Well, hang on.
In Columbia, we're 2 minutes to the LOS. We'll be back with you at 21:54, and we'll be off the tail until about 22:08.
Huntsville Space Lab for DCE. Post-test doesn't want to close. The only option under the little cursor thing is move.
Okay, select sample, and that should do it. And then select
okay,
yes.
And look.
Chance, look here and wave to me now. Okay. All right, here we go.
Space Lab Huntsville for Janice.
Go ahead for Janice.
Okay, Janice, to clear that message, put the cursor over the word please and press shift and the left mouse button. that will clear the message, and then we're working out a small procedure for you to do an off-nominal power down.
Okay, did clear the message, thanks, and I'll stand by. And just for your information, the configuration, you can see in the downlink, the igniters are out and the needles are at the dispense position, or the play position. And per step 2 of the power down, switch 2 and 1 are now off, but all the 3 circuit breakers are on the avionics package.
The top of your head's in the camcorder.
That's ugly. You might want to narrow down the aperture.
That's better.
All right.
Can you see yourself?
I think I'm going to turn that on. Oh, there we go. Oh, so before it's right here, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You still waiting on it?
No, I just got it done. So your timing, yeah. I did the 801 Pro, and I turned the 802 off. So I see us out of that, and back to STS checkout. Let's see, we're on the bottom of page 720.
Hit an inch to my yellow book.
One thing you can see if you look out the right-hand side is how fast it appears that we're going. So we're actually going faster now than we were in orbit. We're way lower. We're going to start. It's going to start appearing like we're screaming across the ground.
What's our altitude now?
The altitude now is right at 400,000 feet, 65 miles.
And we're doing 18,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, we're doing about 24.4 and a half or so. That's about the stick. Still some puffs coming off the tail, not quite as big.
I thought I heard 27 on the pad.
I think that was for Edward.
Oh, okay. 15. Okay. Got my checklist right here. Gear down.
100.
Gear down.
50 to 50. 40 to 40. 30 to 35. 20 to 30. 15 to 20. 5 to a 5. Touchdown. 195 shoot.
Okay.
185 derotate. Half, 1, 1 and a half, 1 and a half, 1 and a half. Braking 9, nice landing. 120, braking 7. Brake eye cells are open. 100 knots, braking 6. Nice landing.
That was smooth, Jim. Right on the money, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Trying the brakes here. Let's see if they grab just a little bit.
Okay, 70, braking 7.
They go at 60.
Shoots jettison.
Easing up. Wheel start, Houston.
Yeah,
All right, Jimmy.
that was great.
All right. Good job.
Columbia, Houston, energy, ground track, and nav, or go.
That call from Mission Control indicating that Columbia is right on course with its current speed and altitude and ground track all right on target for runway 33. This view from the Kennedy Space Center now showing Columbia as it approaches. Columbia's range to touchdown now 68 miles. Actually 38 miles. Speed 790 miles per hour. Altitude 56,000 feet.
The vehicle's been at about 1G for the past minute or so as it flew basically a straight line to hack intercept. Now as it rolls onto the hack, the G level will increase a little bit. It'll be about 1.5 Gs.
Copy on at the 180.
To the deconditioned bodies of the astronauts, that 1.5 Gs feels more like around 3 or 4 Gs had they been in condition.
Columbia is now performing a right overhead turn to align with the runway with 150 degrees left to go in that turn. Columbia's altitude 19,500 feet. Speed 425 miles per hour.
On at the 90.
The mechanics officer reports landing gears down and locked. Main gear touchdown. The drag chute deploy. Nose gear touchdown.
Wheel start, Houston.
Columbia, welcome home. Your landing and deorbit looked great. No post-landing deltas.
Copy that, Don. Thank you.
Convoy vehicles now moving in toward Columbia.
Columbia, Houston, we will be performing the hydraulic load test.